Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Real Deal. It's a very special episode. I've got my brother, my friend, Jesse Burrell, the owner of Batch Skip Tracing. I'm gonna take him to one of our properties that because of him and his company, batchleads.io, we were able to find this house and get a great discount on it. Let's go check it out.
You know that this right here forever.
Hey guys, so we're driving over to a property I call Lemon Street. Lemon Street is right by ASU. We're actually utilizing the BRRRR method on this property, and we're turning this into a student rental because of its proximity to ASU, and there's a bus that stops right in front of the property. The reason I'm taking Jesse Burrell with me is, number one, he's my friend. Number two, it's because of him and his company that I was able to even find this house and get a good deal on it. So I wanted Jesse to tell the story of Batch and what they're doing to improve their company on a day-to-day basis.
So I guess the story of Batch started with me going to my partner Evo, and I lost my skip tracing account with a company I had, and he's like, hey, I have this really good data. And I was like, cool, let me test it out. And I tested it out and I was like, okay, this is awesome. And then I was like, I think there might be a bunch of friends that I could help. They've been looking for good numbers, you know, to get more deals, and it just kind of snowballed from there into where, you know, we started off just giving some data to people, and then it turned into people asking for products and services. And, you know, we keep trying to push the envelope to make sure we're ahead of the curve. People are getting the best data. You know, we started off with one data source. Now we give our customers 4 to where we're aggregating from multiple sources. We're just doing everything we can to help people get more deals. And that's pretty much our mission is, you know, now we have texting and all these different things with RVM and, you know, data management tools. Our goal is to make sure that investors can get more deals. That's the simplest way to put it.
What's interesting to me is that I get to travel around the country, right? I travel around the country and I talk to all these guys about their skip tracing.
Yeah.
And your guys' name comes up all the time as the best company out there.
Yeah.
And they go, oh man, you're so lucky to be next to Batch. I had no idea really, because I've started, like, our data has always come from you guys. So
right.
I never really had to test anybody else. But
Yeah.
I can tell you, like, going nationwide, other people talk about you guys as being the best and the industry standard. What are you guys working on right now that is like your next launch, your next exciting thing? Is it the texting? What is it that what's the thing you're the most excited about with Batch?
We have a lot of things. We, you know, with Batch Leads, which you talked about earlier, we want to have a platform where you could get your list there, you could skip trace your list, you could stack your list to find your most motivated sellers, and then, you know, text them, send them ringless voicemails, and we're working on integrating a dialer, something that, like, a dialer has not came out for quite a while, to where it's, I mean, Mojo's old, Call Tools has been around for a while. No one's really innovating that space, and that's a challenge that we're taking on right now that we're really excited about too.
What I think is cool too is that you guys are trying to put everything, you're trying to house everything into one company.
Yeah.
Rather than everybody is all over the place. You've got to have multiple subscriptions,
Yep.
multiple customer service reps to talk to,
Yep.
multiple integrations and companies that have to communicate with each other. What's cool with Batch is that you guys are bringing it all in-house. And I'm like, I have an office inside of your office, so I know your staff and I watch them take care of your clients all the time. I'm spoiled. Like, I can literally just walk up to them and get helped.
Yeah.
But I get to watch them help other people. What's your next big launch? Is it the texting, or is the texting like fully out already?
Yeah, I mean, you're using it. It's fully working, but
No, not working. Does everybody now have the ability to start texting? Because I know you've let me
Yeah.
have access to it early.
yeah, we have, it's fully launched about 4 weeks ago to the public. And speaking of, it's the innovation. Evo's already working on our texting platform 2.0, like a full redesign. He's like, this is good, but it's not great. Or he said it's really good, but it's not, it could be better. And we're trying to do things that no one else is doing when it comes to follow-up. And we're trying to make the experience so easy for, you know, the people trying to get the deals. And he knows different ways that other people don't know how to do for follow-ups and sequences, to where, I mean, our mission is people to get as many wholesale deals or flips as possible. Like, it's that simple.
So this deal, the deal that we're going to right now on Lemon Street, is so good of a deal for me. not only could I have flipped it and made like 45 grand, but the cash flow on it will be about $1,000 a month after I burr it out.
Yeah.
And when I was talking to the seller's like, nobody else is communicating with me. Nobody else is calling me. Nobody else is texting me. It was one of these things that in the most competitive market, because of the data that I was able to get, nobody else was communicating with the freaking seller.
Yeah, and that's credit to Cody. You know, he utilizes, you know, lead stacking or list stacking, and he's highly targeting the type of sellers that you guys want to go after and get deals from.
Right.
I mean, and going back to it is our account reps that you know personally, we have a wholesale business that's successful. Every week I'm sitting down with them, telling them tips and tricks and things that are working for us and relay those to our customers. We have a Facebook group to where I try and give as much information as I can out. Like, I want everybody to succeed. The goal now is how can we help all other wholesalers get better and make more money.
Love it.
You could cut it and figure out how much you want to use or whatever.
Good job, boys. We use all of it. This is the real deal.
Now allow me to reintroduce myself. They call me J.O.A. to the easy E.
All right, guys, what's going on? We are at Lemon Street. Pace is gonna do the burr method here. This place is dope. We already did a quick walkthrough. So where did you get your data from, your skip tracing, and what platform did you use to get the deal?
So we were lucky enough to be in your office, and they gave us a first look at batchleads.io, where we actually are able to text blast and all that kind of stuff. So we used your guys' product during your testing phase.
Yeah.
And even your testing phase, when not everything was worked out like it is today, we were able to get a hold of the seller through text blasting a list in this area.
And this is a monster deal. Let's walk in and talk some numbers.
Yeah, let's do it. So, Bobby, you know how I like to walk backwards, bro? So this particular house, we have this house under contract for $180, and we looked at the wholesale price on this. Hey, Juan, do you care if I turn your music off for a second? So we get this house under contract at $180. I decided to burr this house, and what burr is buy, rehab, rent, refinance once you've stabilized the rents, and then repeat after you pull the cash out. And we can talk more about that at another time, maybe on the whiteboard video that we'll show you guys in a little bit. But I bought this house for $180. The ARV, or what the after repair value is $325. There's a comp model match 4 houses away. It's an amazing model match. And we just couldn't pull quite enough money out of the wholesale. We had somebody that was gonna give us 10 grand for the deal, and I just said, man, I could flip this myself and probably make 35, or because the bus for ASU stops directly in front of the house and goes to ASU a mile away, I thought, man, it'd be a killer student rental. So my partner Cody is friends with all the frat house millennials down at ASU, and he was able to get one of the frat houses to dedicate a year's worth of rent on each one of the bedrooms. $750 one bedroom, $750 another bedroom, and $750 for the third bedroom. So what we did here, and we'll cruise through, Bobby can get some B-roll, is I got rid of the master bedroom, or master bath. Okay. We made 2 identical bathrooms in the hallway so that those 3 bedrooms can just share them at will. And this house, after we refinance it, my mortgage payment will be $1,500, and I will bring in $2,100 on the rent for the main house and an extra $850 for the flat in the back. We will end up netting on this house over $1,000 net cash flow per month. Here's what we did. You can see obviously the beam right here. Yeah. This is where the old part of the house was. Okay. And when I bought the house, I go, oh crap, this might not be permitted. So I went down to the city of Tempe. I found out none of this was permitted, which is another reason why I decided to burr this out, because...
So what was this?
This was just an outdoor patio.
Oh, no shit.
That somebody had enclosed half-assed, and I said, screw it, I'll just turn this into living space.
So this was just, oh my gosh, so this house was tiny, so you just created so much more value.
Huge.
By adding this right here.
Absolutely. So we opened this up. We decided because the roof was kind of low, I didn't want to have to... Juan, hold on. Juan, give me 5 minutes. Hold on just a second. I'll be out of here in 5 minutes, Juan.
We got Juan working on the house. He's busy. He's trying to get Pace of shit done.
That's right. Juan's the man. So give me 5 minutes, Juan. So we decided to go with exposed ducting because I didn't want to have the bulkheads coming down, and I thought because it's kind of a college campus, it'd be cool to have kind of more of an industrial feel.
Yeah, I love it.
Right, and then here we just I could have made an extra bedroom here, but then we would have lost living space. I didn't want to get too greedy, so I left 3-bed, 2-bath for the main house.
Yeah, I mean, these kids are going to want to play beer pong and shit, right?
No shit. And then you made a good comment here. You're like, dude, they're going to destroy this house because it's a student rental. We're doing epoxy floors everywhere. We also put a washer or dryer. This house actually in the master bath is where the washer and dryer was. So we moved everything over here, added plumbing, and then we also have a granny flat or a single studio in the back that we'll go through.
I love what you've done, dude. It's been really, really cool.
Yeah, we opened this up. So this was a big block wall. We put a metal beam in here.
Okay.
Just to open this up. So dining room, all new windows, all new electrical. There's a long story here I won't go into, but I had a homeless guy living here.
Yeah.
And I gave him an opportunity to help out with demo to make money. And the way he repaid me is he stole all my copper. So I had to rewire the whole house.
God.
So doing a good turn for somebody cost me about $3,000.
So we both flip a ton of homes, and we could literally tell stories like this all day long.
Dude, it's crazy. And so you want to be the nice guy sometimes, and you don't want to be the douche and like the money hungry guy. And so sometimes you get burned, but you got to do what you got to do. Move on.
All right, show me the rest.
So this house, we're going to probably do a used kitchen. I'm actually going to go to Stardust and get a used kitchen.
Yeah.
And you know why? It's a college house, bro. Like, we're going to beat the shit out of any new cabinets I buy. So we're going to get used cabinets, heavy wood, kind of an older look, and just paint them white.
Love it.
Kind of a cool spot. I would actually, if I was single, this would be a spot I would actually live in.
Well, I have a guest house, and I absolutely love having a guest house.
Yeah, yours is not so much yours is more like a karaoke bar.
Yeah.
So you can see we're adding a brand new panel. We've done all new underground plumbing. So all the 3-inch drain plumbing has all been done.
Okay.
New panel. Obviously, you could see that Will, the crackhead that I had living here, stripped out my main breakers. He stripped out all my wiring, and he cut everything on the inside of that wall. So we're going to cancel all this, and we'll have all the new stuff here.
Super nice of him.
Yeah, it was nice of him. You know, the good thing is because you're keeping it long term, I kind of have to be.
You should have done that anyways,
no
honestly.
Shit. You're right, 100%. And so I'm not ungrateful in a long way. In 10 years, I'm going to look back and go, I'm glad Will stole my shit.
You know, you always find the positivity in everything, man. I love it.
So this house is going to be phase 2.
Okay.
And the reason for is because this is going to take another probably $25,000 or $30,000 to turn this into a granny flat.
Yep.
And for anybody that doesn't know what a granny flat is it's a house. It's basically a studio, like a house that's just a studio. So we're taking the garage. I'll refinance it with my lender as a 2-car garage.
Yeah.
3-bed, 2-bath house. So
Okay.
I'll refinance, pull my cash out. And then once the house is cash flowing, I'll build this out to be a granny flat and bump up my cash flow an extra $850 a month.
Would you refinance again, or are you just going to have this built-in equity into the property?
I'll probably have this one built in equity. And the good thing from doing wholesale deals, like, you know, you and I both do wholesale deals, and that shells off enough cash that you can then, you know, do this, you know, put $5,000, $10,000 in per month and just build this out over the next, you know, 3 or 4 months. You know what I'm saying?
A good idea too is just burr this house as you're talking about.
Right.
Once this gets done, you could get it reappraised and maybe pull a line of credit.
That's actually a really good idea. So guys, that's what's cool about having people to collaborate with. Jesse's actually been investing in doing flips and wholesale, maybe not flips as long as I have because I was a contractor, but he's been doing wholesale and creative stuff like that longer than I've been in the game. So it's nice to collaborate with buddies that have that experience. That's actually a really good idea. I didn't even think about that.
Well, that's what I did with my house is, you know, I bought it pre-foreclosure, fixed it up, and then I was going to do a cash out refi. And they're like, your income doesn't make that because I write down so much stuff and have, you know, assets that I could depreciate against my income. And what happened was I was like, well, I don't want equity sitting. And I just got it reappraised and they're like $725. And I was like, holy shit, I have $450 on this house. So I ripped out a $180,000 line of credit. And now I'm using that to do flips at 6%.
Wow, that's great, guys. So what I have here on this house is a 10% interest-only loan. I put $20,000 down. So what Jesse has is Jesse pulled $180,000 out of his principal house or his primary residence and has that money at 6%. That's unbelievable.
Yeah. All right, let's check this out.
Cool. So this house, this is currently just a garage, a little storage shed. So we'll utilize this as a garage when we do the refinance on the Burr side. And then once the refinance is done, we already ran plumbing and we have a sub panel that's ran here as well. We're gonna have a kitchen, a Murphy bed, like a little bedroom desk area where a bed.
So like in this back corner?
Right, back corner. And then on this side, we're gonna have a full walk-in bath, like a good sized bathroom.
So you guys wanna know why he's doing the bathroom there? There's a window.
Right.
So if he doesn't wanna do any type of
reframing or anything like that?
No, but you don't have to have the, God, what's it called?
Oh, the exhaust vent.
Yes, so you could use that window for that.
Right, so we'll do this house. We're gonna have like a little store. So this, you see this little ledge up here? I'm gonna have that as storage up there.
Oh,
so we'll be able to store that, and then they'll have a Murphy bed and a desk. So this will be a great place for a student to have their own place to chill, TV area, kitchen area, bed and desk area, and then a good sized bathroom. So a good studio. ASU is just a stone throws away. And you can't get anything like this near ASU for, you know, $800, $900 a month.
Yeah, I mean, talk about maximizing like the value of a property.
Right.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. So you guys, if you get creative on stuff like this is a flip that I'll be all into this about $250, and the ARV is $325. I would probably net about $40,000 on a flip, which is great. I don't mind making $40,000 on a flip, but this will make $1,000 a month net cash flow.
Before this?
After this it'll make $1,000.
Ah, gotcha.
Including vacancy, repairs, all that kind of stuff. So net, I'll make $1,000 on this whole property. But the cool thing is my mortgage is paying down and my renters are paying it down for me. So essentially we'll own this house free and clear after 30 years and cash flow, you know, that whole entire time.
It's absolutely amazing.
So again, guys, like, I get people ask me, how are you getting a hold of sellers? How are you starting in this business? The most important part is good data before I have people on payroll that are calling sellers and texting sellers. If I'm paying people to utilize shit data, I'm gonna get shit leads or no leads at all. And so I'm grateful to be friends with somebody that in the nation is known as the data king. When people have questions about data, they call Batch. And I'm lucky enough to be not only friends with them, but in their office so that my team can leverage their experience and their knowledge. So go check them out or leverage your team. Like, you guys are there to help anybody, right?
Absolutely.
So if you guys want to stop by the Batch offices or you guys have questions, how should people get a hold of your team?
Our team is, I mean, you could literally we have a Facebook group, Wholesaling Houses with Batch Services, and our whole team's on there. We're answering questions, not just with data, but even our data, but systems, Mojo, dialers, anything you want. I'm going to bring you on for some creative financing stuff. I think we're going to do a little collaboration with our groups and stuff like that too. But yeah, and then if you want to get a hold of me, I'm always happy to help. It's Jesse Burrell's my Instagram.
Love it.
And
so check out Jesse Burrell, JesseBurrell, Jesse Burrell on Instagram. People can just DM you, right?
Absolutely.
It's forever, you know.